Hey guys, I won't speak long about this. Me and my friend Denzel, we agree on a lot of things. He doesn't go as far into socialism as I do. I don't think he's a socialist. But he's an atheist. He does understand that you need to have an equality in enlightened society. I give him that. That what Trump is doing about hiding behind religion and Joe Biden's against God and that's stupid and it seems desperate. It does. It seems really desperate. Like this is like the last ditch. I mean, second to last was saying Joe Biden's the president of Antifa, which look, the people who like the NRA, who like this racist stuff, are already voting for him. So I'm not talking to them. But if you're a free-thinking person, an independent, whatever, someone doesn't normally vote, I'm just not sure that'll be the thing to pull you to Trump, to support Trump, to put money into his election. I'm not sure. You may be surprised by this, but there are atheist Republicans. Yeah, there are Republicans that don't believe in God, don't care. I remember I used to go rock climbing. I've seen a lot of that. And it surprised me because I thought that country people, God, less government. No. You can't do that. My friend Denzel makes quite a bit of money doing his job. And he gets into this thing about he didn't like Biden because of the different things Biden was doing. I guess as far as Biden was going to increase taxes on certain things and, more government. And the thing I try to get my friend Denzel to understand is that having that idea is what got us into this coronavirus to begin with. Because my brother's the same way. Talking about Florida has no sales tax or whatever. We ain't got no taxes and all this stuff. Yeah, you go down. I think they don't get. I know they don't get their cars inspected in Florida. I know. That's why I was sitting in my dad's house when I was a kid and listening to somebody hard on the street with 2 flat tires. They don't maintain their cars well down there in a lot of areas. Cars with the engine, the car ain't even burning the gas, just smoke coming out of it. This is what you get. Let me stay on subject. That's what you get with a society where you don't have significant oversight and dealing with the public. You don't take climate change seriously. I want people to understand something. The Green New Deal, climate change, these things will cost us things. This isn't free. I mean, I accept the fact that these rednecks are like cow farts and stuff like that. Okay, whatever. I don't care about that. But if you acknowledge climate change is real, it will, like King was talking about with this thing's gonna cost things. You can't just take away Jim Crow and Jane Crow and not cost you anything. Same thing with climate change. You can't just say, okay, maybe it does exist, but you should recycle your bottles and your plastic. No. And seeing conservatives do that was another shift. Because that's what conservatives do. A lot of it is just they hate knowledge, they hate science. And so every so often they get a good slap and have to step back up a millimeter of a foot. A millimeter they had to step back. And they'll say stuff like that, you need to recycle your bottles and crap like that. It makes us feel like something has changed when it's not. Me recycling this right here, top of a peanut jar, has nothing to do with what 3M does or what Ford does. That has nothing to do with that. Nothing. Not even not even a drop in the ocean compared to what they do, or the U.S. military, what they do. Look, they have Trump. That's the danger. Trump has got black, like my friend Denzel. Except he's such a racist. He's such a race. He's so nasty. He's so homophobic. He's so bigoted that nobody can latch on. You know what I mean? Nobody can grasp him. Because he'll say something to 5 minutes from now, he'll say something so fucking stupid, people will be shaking their heads. His supporters will be shaking their heads. Look, you need government. You need legitimate government. And a robust sense of the public good. And I remember when Denzel told me that about how he didn't like Bernie Sanders. I just kind of realized, like, wait a minute, what? Because he wants to keep his money. Keep his money. I get it. You know, they've gotten us thinking like we're rich when we're not. We're not living in the rich man's world. You could be making $100,000 a year, and I would still say the same thing to you. You're not living in a rich man's world. You're not living in a compound. You don't have the helipad. You don't, you know. You've got to have investment in the communities. You've got to have investment in public safety. You've got to have that. And I felt like what Trump was dog whistles to racists and bigots, but not really anything tangible when it comes to public safety. He just sees the cops. He uses the cops. He used the strong men as this siege mentality that the communists, the liberals, the gays, the blacks, they're taking over. That's what Nixon did. The hard hat riots. Look it up. Look, I don't want to have to go up here and spend fucking $45 to get my car inspected, to get a sticker. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go up the corner here and wait for about 45 minutes to an hour to get my car inspected. I don't. I'd rather be doing something else. But you know what? I'll do it. Because that's the kind of society I want to live in. Because in a society like this, there's got to be some give, there's got to be some take. That's the way it is. And Michael Brooks, he really got me to understand that we can't be selfish. We can't be so selfish. We have to look outside of our box, if you will. I don't know if this is a good comparison to his politics, but he just made me realize that you can't be so greedy. For one thing, we're not billionaires. We'll probably never be billionaires. I shouldn't have said that, but chances are very low I'll ever be a millionaire. And I'm fine, a billionaire, and I'm fine with that. I have a soul. Michael helped me to understand the connection that I have with the working class, that we are united, that we are having the same unique struggles worldwide. And so I don't get into this bullshit that we should get rid of all taxes and we should get rid of all. No, that's bourgeoisie propaganda. It is, because it's the difference between me having to ride a train to work and you having to divest your Exxon stock. Big difference. I'm just referring to like climate change. If they ever got serious about carbon taxes and climate change stuff, it's a big difference. And one of the best piece of propaganda they ever used was getting us to think we're in the same boat with the billionaires when we are not. We'll never be. The millionaires are not in the same boat as the billionaires. You have people now who are multi-billionaires. So I felt like that's what Trump was, getting people to think you're in with the billionaires, you're in with the big boys in essence, and that all these socialists and commies and Antifa and faggots and blacks and feminists, all they want to take your wealth. They want to take the opportunity you have of wealth. And what Trump really, what his legacy will really be was the fragmentation of America. That's all this is. Fragmenting America. You have people who believe in climate change, who believe in climate change. Okay? People who believe coronavirus exists and is a real threat and existed back in January and exists now in August. You have people who think we should take preparations for this thing getting worse, as well as wearing masks now and maintaining social distancing. You have people who want stronger gun laws, stronger gun restrictions. Those people, and then you have the people, the immigration people, you have the racists, the homophobes, all that stuff too. You have people who are basically fighting for the right to be racist. Now, it took me a while to learn that. You know, like reading case law, it took a while to realize, like, yo, you have people who are really fighting for the right to be racist. Like, real talk. That's no bullshit. Real talk. You're not going to get to understand because they hate you. They hate the idea of turning on TV and seeing a strong black man talking. They hate that shit. They hate that shit. Doesn't matter how many college degrees he has, and I use delicate language, intellectual. No, they don't care about that stuff. They don't want you on their television. They don't want to see you in their state house. They don't want to see you. They don't want to hear from you, man. Yep. What the woman in up there in Arkansas say? That Black Lives Matter means that no one else's lives matter. This is those people. And I just realized, like, that rhetoric, that type of thinking makes no sense. But it's not supposed to. It's not. That is irrational politics. Look, like I said, I don't want to have to go up and get my car inspected. I don't. And I don't know if getting the cars inspected has any effect on climate change or not. I don't. But I know rednecks. And I know how people don't maintain their vehicles. And I've been all over this country. I've been places like that. People have their cars, the gas ain't even burning all the way. And I mean, I'm not saying that just because I see the smoke, it makes it, less healthy. I'm not a scientist. But I just understand that we all have to collaborate for a better society, for a better world. And I realized it kind of took me Trump to realize that if you have weak government, when the lights go out, you won't, no one will save you. This is what weak government gets you. Peace.